eyes of a ranger, the unsuspecting stranger had better know the truth of wrong from right. 'Cause the eyes of the ranger are upon you. Any wrong you do, he's gonna see. When you're in Texas, look behind you, 'cause that's where the ranger's gonna be. In the eyes of a ranger, the unsuspecting stranger had better know the truth of wrong from right. 'Cause the eyes of the ranger are upon you. Any wrong you do, he's gonna see. When you're in Texas, look behind you, 'cause that's where the ranger's gonna be.
Welcome to They Call This a Movie, testing the strength of friendships one terrible movie at a time. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes and other podcast services by searching They Call This a Movie, and find us on Blue Sky, Threads, and Instagram at TicTamPod. That's TCTAM Pod. Welcome back to They Call This a Movie. This is Anthony Delvecchio, and with me as always is Dan Aquino. Say hello.
Hello, friends. How's it going?
Yes, it's going, and we are one person less this week. Mark is, as Rush would say, up in the Great White North and enjoying his time in a non-fascist country. So, Mark, if you're listening to this and if you're looking for some advice, stay. Just stay there. Who's going to stop you? You're already there. It's going to be harder to get you out.
Right.
Then it is to just be like, whatever, he's here. What are we going to do?
Yeah, he's a nice guy. He would fit right in Canada.
Yeah. He would. He likes
he's
hockey.
Already, yep. I was just going to say he loves hockey.
He spells color with a U.
He says sorry a lot.
Sorry. He says sorry.
He's got the Blue Jays hat.
He's got the Blue Jays hat. He says progress.
Progress. Yeah. I can imagine Mark sitting in his hotel room right now, eating his poutine, and just like, there's like no government is telling the football team what they have to do to get their new stadium. This is great.
Yeah. Like the Toronto Argonauts. No one's cared about us in 35 years. I don't know why that specific date, but
it's right. It's absolutely true.
Exactly. Because nobody cares about Canadian football.
Exactly.
That's the main part of that joke. Not the
prove us wrong, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
I dare the head football coach of the Toronto Argonauts to come on this podcast and debate me on his relevancy.
It'll probably be longer, actually. Like you said, that's where you got it wrong. It's been 37 years since anyone's cared about the Toronto Argonauts.
Ooh, what if we do one of those Jubilee videos and it's just me versus 20 people that are employed by the Toronto Argonauts?
See, that would be a better use of Jubilee than what Jubilee does, which is just platform fascists.
Admitted fascists.
Yes. Who secretly love socialism? Right? The one guy who got fired from his job, like, hey, give me money, please. I'm fired. Yeah. That's kind of socialism, buddy. You're poking holes in things there.
I hope it was worth mortgaging his future employability for $30,000. That is pre-tax, by the way. So,
hey, well, I would pay to watch that Jubilee, though, because it would not only would it be a decent debate, everyone would be super nice to each other, and I really feel like we would actually learn something from that.
Yeah, I mean, I know absolutely nothing about the Toronto Argonauts, so we are going to stumble into at least one thing that we didn't know,
like the storied franchise of Toronto.
What is an Argonaut?
That do they know?
Maybe they don't.
Yeah, that's true. Could be, who knows what goes on in the locker room there with the history with that team. So yeah, who else? What else could what is their scoring? I don't even know how they score games. Is it 6 points for a touchdown? Do they call it a touchdown?
I don't know. Is there a weird French word for it?
That's what I'm saying, right?
Is this, or am I thinking of the Arena Football League where like where there's a receiver that could get a running start? I think that might be the Arena Football League.
Is that the same Arena Football League that they play in Starship Troopers?
I have no idea.
Okay, I know there's a arena football scene in Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
So
I know there's like a 55-yard line in Canadian football.
This is out of control.
Yeah.
What for?
Yeah. Well, why are you Canadian and going in yards?
Right. Shouldn't it be
meters?
Meters, yeah. they have 5 meters to a first down. Do they call it a first down?
Right.
Or is it another try? I don't what do they call it?
I have no idea. See, this is why Jubilee should exist.
Yeah, absolutely. We shouldn't be having racists given any platform whatsoever. We should be giving Canadian football teams a platform to talk.
Yeah, and explain why they should exist.
Yes. I'll write to Jubilee right after we're done recording. Say, I think you need to listen to this episode. Tell us what you think.
Yeah. The only thing I really know about Canada is from Letterkenny, so I don't know if I'm really a particularly good source of information about Canada in general, let alone Toronto. So
you know who does know a lot about Canada? Longtime listener of the podcast, Guy. Guy loves Canada. He goes all the time.
Oh yeah?
And I don't know why he comes back.
Yeah.
he goes on vacation to Canada and he'll bring maple leaf cookies, like maple syrup cookies, and they're delicious.
Nice.
So just stay. Like, Guy, I know you're going to listen to this. Just stay, man. Do yourself a favor. You can still listen to the podcast there.
We do air in Canada.
Yeah. And he could spread the word in Canada.
The thing about podcasts, they're region free, so you don't have to worry about, getting a bad region version of it. It's perfect.
Right. And we're definitely pro Canada on this podcast. So if you're listening wherever you are, good on you, Canada.
Yeah. We're really pro any country that has a democracy, so.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right, we're usually pretty good with that.
Yeah, we now root for one less country over the past 7 or 8 months, but
right.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to when they start rounding people up and this podcast is used against us.
Oh my God, will it ever?
Oh man, they'll show us on trial, and listen, it is what it is. Then they'll play, roll back the Walker Texas Ranger episode.
We have roughly about 500 hours of episodes that will be incriminating in this administration.
Yep.
There are so many episodes where we shit talk the current president or say all cops are bastards.
Oh man, yeah. And I don't know if because I have family members who are. I don't know I doubt they listen to this, because if they did, they would pull the old, hey, you got a taillight out, smash. Gonna have to write you a ticket.
I don't think I have any cops in my family.
Yeah, that's a good thing to have. That's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very. I've been aware of when we talked about it, like, oh, I wonder if so and so is going to listen to this. I doubt it, but if they do, it'll be very awkward the next time we meet.
Well, hopefully they don't listen to this one, because we're not holding back on this either.
No. So just to kind of like peel the onion back a little bit, the layers, we kind of got ourselves riled up prior to recording. we talked about a few things, and it's like, we're in rare form tonight, friends.
Mm-hmm. And Mark's not here to be the positive light in the podcast, which I always tell him we don't need you to be that, but he insists that there needs to be a positive voice.
Yeah, and you know what? I think we're the better for it.
Yeah, probably, or else we just be like, trying to do our best Bill Hicks impressions, just like bitching about the government and shit all the time. and never get into the podcast episode like we're doing right now.
Right now. But I was thinking on the way home today from work that the one thing that you could say about us is we are very self-aware of our standing in terms of the podcast community. You know what I mean? Like, we definitely recognize our privilege, and we don't say like we say stupid things all the time, but we know that there are tons of podcasts out there where there should be a huge tariff on podcast equipment, and we're very aware of that, and we act accordingly is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, as white guys with a podcast,
yes,
we can confidently say not everybody needs a podcast.
Exactly, 1000%.
Yeah. All right. Well, that Mark is in Canada. Long story short, and he'll be back. I think next week he's coming back. But you know what? I think he could take some time off if he. I don't remember him back, but he's going. He will probably be back unless he heeds this warning and doesn't. But he can record up there too. I don't know. Anyway, Mark's not here. We're on our own, and the inmates are running the asylum. So, so we got a special episode. We always do something a little bit different, a little off, off structure when it comes to when we're down to two people. But before we get into this week's episode and what we picked, we just wanted to let you know about the Patreon. It's patreon.com/TicTamPod. That's TCTAM pod. And for $1, you can join our Patreon. And that gets you exclusive rights to our Discord, which we have great conversations going on over there where we talk about movies in general, episodes we've just posted, TV, wrestling, kind of a little bit of everything that we're interested in. You'll also get access to monthly polls, which will be how we figure out our movies of the month, which is usually the last episode of every month. We also have episode suggestion chats where you could drop a movie that you think would be great for the episode, and exclusive episodes. We just released our Jaws 50th anniversary retrospective of the entire series. So we talk about Jaws as well as Jaws 2, Jaws 3D, and Jaws the Revenge. Really fun episode. Check it out, but in order to check it out, you have to go to patreon.com/TicTamPod. All right, with that out of the way, as I mentioned, we have a special episode this week because Mark is not here, so we're doing things a little different this week. And we decided to go to TV, and we watched an episode. You know, in the past, we've done episodes when some people weren't here. We did. I think the last time Dan wasn't here, we watched The Secret Life of the American Teenager. Mark and I had a lot of fun with that. When Mark was gone the last time, when he went over to London, I think was that trip, we watched Baywatch. And then this week we decided to do one Chuck Norris's series, Walker, Texas Ranger, specifically an episode where Walker travels through time.
And I gotta say, when we were thinking of which Walker Texas Ranger episode to do, it was tough competition, right, Ant?
Mm-hmm.
We had episodes with Hulk Hogan and Sting.
Yeah, a lot of wrestlers show up in Walker Texas Ranger, and we do love our professional wrestling, so we did think about those. But none of the episodes seemed that interesting. Like, they just seemed like, oh, it'll be fun to see Hogan, but like he's playing a youth basketball organizer. That doesn't sound very fun. The Sting one was probably the closest to being interesting. He plays like a member of a biker gang. But we decided, because we did a lot of research to try and find an episode that we wanted to talk about. We talked about also the Haley Joel Osment episode where he says that he has AIDS. And that was kind of how it was originally brought up, was you said, hey, can we find this on TV? And not that that's not a great moment. I just wasn't sure if that episode was going to really carry us through.
Right.
Because I don't know what that episode is about. I know that clip. I've seen that clip 100 times. I think I originally saw it when Conan O'Brien had his Walker Texas Ranger lever. Arguably one of the greatest bits in late night history. but then we decided we did some searching, and I found an episode from season 8, episode 4, Walker Texas Ranger, Day of the Warrior from 1999, directed by Michael Priest, who was a TV director. Episodes of Falcon Crest, Dallas, MacGyver, Seventh Heaven, and 70 episodes of Walker Texas Ranger. Stars Chuck Norris, Clarence Gilliard Jr., Cherie J. Wilson, Noble Willingham, Judson Mills, Nia Peoples, Steve Rivas, Ned Romero, Cody Lightning, and Rex Lynn. IMDb score of 7.2, no Rotten Tomato score, but there's an 8.4 Nielsen rating. Original air date October 16th, 1999. It was aired up against ABC Night at the Movies, which was Apollo 13. And Game 4 of the NLCS between the New York Mets and the Atlanta Braves. The Mets raised 3-2 to extend the series to a Game 5 because they were already down 3-0. And this was, interestingly enough, John Rocker blew a save here. This was like his coming out party, I think, this series, right?
Yeah, I think he had made the homophobic comments
right. Yeah,
at that point.
Because it was all about New York specifically. It was a Sports Illustrated article that they wrote. And
yes.
He was talking about, getting onto the A train and getting AIDS from the guy next to you or something like that.
Right. Do you remember when stuff like that would ruin your career?
I
remember
do.
That?
Yeah.
Now that's literally every day someone says that, and it's just normal now.
Yeah.
How scary is that?
The one thing we could hang our hat on is that Trevor Bauer is over in China and just giving up absolute nukes.
Just getting his shit wrecked.
So I don't know how true it is, but they say it's like the longest home run ever hit.
I hope so. That's great.
It's like they clocked at like 590 feet or something.
Just serving meatballs.
just absolute devastation.
And I love the people someone should bring him into the major leagues again. Like, oh, I don't know about that, man. Like, maybe stay over there.
Yeah. Plot. A shaman transports Walker back 100 years to prove the innocence of a Comanche Indian. In the present, he must prove the innocence of another one who is accused of murder. I have only one note. I can't believe this was network television 25 years ago. But, Dan, I want to know where you're coming from with Walker, Texas Ranger.
All right. So, Walker, Texas Ranger, I watched quite a bit, actually. It was always on at my grandparents' house when I would go to stay with them for a few days while my parents were working. So I am no stranger to Walker, Texas Ranger. I always enjoyed it. I always got a kick out of it when I was younger. So I was very eager to watch this episode. And I had a Nelson Mandela effect. I had the Mandela effect here with Noble Willingham, because up until tonight, I would have bet the house that it was Wilford Brimley that was in Walker, Texas Ranger. Like, sure. I would have sworn, like, my firstborn child. It's definitely Wilford Brimley. We were so much so that when we were watching the episode, my wife and I, and Noble Williams' character comes on screen, I nudged Jen, like, hey, look who it is. It's Mr. Diabetes. And she said, oh, okay. But no, it wasn't him. I was so surprised. But this episode, we made the right choice for sure. It's a doozy, because I thought what was going to happen was this episode would play out in flashback and not Walker literally going back to the 1800s by terrible 1999 CGI lightning effect. So to me, this episode is, I agree with you. I can't believe this was network television, that they got away with this plot. Because literally what it's doing is it's now bringing into the Walker, Texas Ranger lore that time travel exists. And that makes zero sense for this type of show. Because it's just about a Texas Ranger solving crimes, not traveling to the past or the future or any of that kind of stuff. So this sets a weird precedent.
Yes, but luckily it was only for another season and a half because this was the eighth season.
He was 59 when this episode came out.
Yeah,
59.
Just kicking ass though.
Right. There's the scene. I don't want to get too much into it because I want to hear what you have to say. But the scene where he fights past Lone Wolf and he does the roundhouse kick. You're waiting for the roundhouse kick whenever you watch a Walker Texas Ranger episode, and I kept thinking to myself, I would imagine the Comanche warriors probably have to think like, what fighting style is this? Because there's no way that they would have known about martial arts.
Yeah. I mean, they make mention of it. Yeah.
I was going to say, he does mention, like, you fight different than any white man I've ever seen.
Yeah. As for me, I do not think I've ever seen a Walker Texas Ranger episode besides this one. I'm pretty confident in it. My parents just didn't watch CBS really growing up. As they got older and they became old people, they 100% started watching CBS because Blue Bloods is on CBS, and they got into that nice comfort of, as what all old boomers did. They just got into the comfort of CBS serials, and police procedurals are just the bread and butter of boomers. They love it. It's crazy.
It's boomer catnip.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what police procedurals have, what kind of stranglehold that it has on this generation, but man, in droves. My parents, it's like we never watched CBS. The ABC, Fox, ABC, probably all the time.
Well, that was TGIF, right?
TGIF, Friday nights.
Yeah, that was appointment viewing.
Mm-hmm. But like as they got older, just boom. Oh, CSI. That's what it was. It was the CSI proliferation.
Oh yeah, and all its spin-offs.
Yeah, because it was like hip. Like the first one was like like futuristic and high stylized and stuff. That's how that's like the how Scientology like slow burns you into just getting into the cult of Scientology.
Right. It's not all at once.
Right. It's like CSI was like, the gateway. And it's like, oh, well, Criminal Minds. Look, here's an old actor that you recognize, Mandy Patinkin. And then Mandy Patinkin says, I'm out of here. I don't even remember who they replaced him with. Joe Mantegna? It was Joe Mantegna. Yeah,
Joe Mantegna is definitely in one of those series.
And then you like that. How about another CSI? This one's got David Caruso.
Well, it's because it's like CBS had to fight Law and Order, right? NBC's Law and Order is like, we need our own procedural. So let's do, because the same thing with Law and Order, obviously, right? There's Law and Order Special Victims Unit. There's a couple of spin-offs, I think, for Law and Order. So
yeah, there's a Criminal Intent.
Criminal Intent, yes.
That was
it branches out.
Yeah, it was with Kingpin.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so all these boomers were watching CSI Miami, and 10 seasons later, they realized they were 60 and they're too tired to find the remote.
I had written down in my notes that I am shocked CBS has not tried to revise Walker Texas Ranger, because that, again, just like hook it up to the boomers' veins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who like? Would you reboot it with Chuck?
I think he plays a part in it, but he is not Walker Texas Ranger. Or like he is, but he's not the one necessarily solving the crimes anymore.
So it's like his son, and he's like in the Noble Willingham kind of role. He's like behind, and maybe he owns like a saloon or a bar, and he's just every episode he's just there behind, like polishing, a rag, just wiping down the bar, and his son comes in and stuff like that.
Yeah, just like, I don't know what to do, Pop. We have this mass murderer on the loose. What do I do? And he's the one who kind of gives him the sage advice while rubbing the glass. And back in my day, this is how we did things.
Yeah, and there would be like a couple episodes a season where he would like come out from behind the bar and just do his roundhouse kicks.
100. Yeah, like someone breaks into the bar right?
Yeah.
Or there's some city slickers who come in and they're acting a fool, and Chuck Norris says, "We don't take kindly to this type of behavior down here." And what are you gonna do, old man? And he just roundhouse kicks all three of them in a row.
Yeah. Or like there's an episode where he gets kidnapped and the son's like, I gotta go. You gonna go
It's
save
personal.
him? You gonna go save him? No, I'm gonna go save them.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Write that shit down, man. I should go pitch this like fucking tomorrow. Guys, listen. I know we're selling everything, but I have a great idea for a Walker Texas Ranger reboot. Hear me out.
Well, think of it this way. So when the merger goes through, after they bend the knee, so the merger goes through, and it's Skydance is the name of the company that's absorbing you guys. Yeah. Skydance, they bring you in for your termination conversation, and you're like, before you guys start, before you let me go, hear me out, and then just go with the pitch.
Yeah, like I can do this for the cheap. It's low production budget. I think it's gonna do gangbusters, right? Everyone loves an old comeback story, right? Get Chuck Norris back in there. I'm sure Judson Mills isn't doing anything. Let's get him back in there.
Yeah,
I think we've got ourselves a gold mine here.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think who you would get to play his son.
That's a good point. Like, who's around that is somewhat of a name that could do TV at this point, right?
Yeah. What about like Liam Hemsworth?
That's not a bad, right? Because he's doing Netflix right now, right? He's doing the Witcher. That wouldn't be too bad. I'm sure there's another good one out there.
Or like Scott Eastwood. Like they tried to make him a star and it never really happened.
Perfect. That's perfect.
He's a good-looking kid,
Yeah, and he's
Clint
definitely
Eastwood's son.
Exactly, and he's the age range for it,
Mm-hmm.
right? He's in his late 30s, early 40s, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect, right? Because Chuck Norris is like 80 now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that fits.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
But anyway, Dave the Warrior. Yeah, I mean, time travel. Who doesn't want to watch time travel? And I hope the whole situation happened in real time.
Yes.
Like because so the whole story is Rex Lynn, who, speaking of CSI Miami, I know him as the guy that always had to put up with David Caruso's shit in CSI Miami. He was like his boss.
Okay.
I think he plays a cop in every single thing that he does. But Rex Lynn, playing a shifty politician or land developer, kills a journalist that's going to out him with a real corker of a story about him embezzling from the Indian reservation that he is in charge of for some reason. So he kills him with a tomahawk. That's not on the nose. And then tries to frame a Native American on it. Then
real quick, unless I'm mistaken, the tomahawk never comes into play again, does it?
Just at the end.
Does it? Okay. I couldn't remember if
it's so. What is funny about this, and I'll finish kind of what the plot is in a second, is that the story itself in the present is like the basic. It resolves in the most basic way to secure a crime scene. In that, okay, so he tries to frame a Native American guy. The Native American guy holes up in the blacksmith, an old blacksmith
shed or something like that. Yeah.
And the cops surround him, but he wants to talk to Walker. Only he's never met Walker before. So Walker shows up. He goes in to talk to him, and he says, "I'm innocent. We've had the same dreams," because Chuck Norris is having dreams about some sort of shaman, and he actually sees this guy, the guy that is being framed for murder. So the guy puts his necklace on him, and he's immediately transported back to 1899 to save this guy's great-grandfather from basically the same fate. He was accused of murdering other people too. So this all happens, and I think what we could tell, Walker is in the past for like a full day, right?
Oh, not even a full day, like maybe a few hours.
maybe like 6 to 7 hours, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. So, and then when he comes out, it's like as if no time passed. But I want it to be that this guy was watching Walker just on the floor, passed out for that 6 to 7 hours.
Right. It's just kind of like cutting back to him, just kind of looking at him like, "Oh, or are they both having this out of body experience? We don't know.
I forget what his name is. It is like it is something very Native American. John Wolfe.
John Wolfe, yes.
John Wolfe. John Wolfe like says, "Oh, you went there, huh? I saw you." Like he's like, so for some reason he knows that Chuck Norris or Cordell Walker. I didn't know his first name was Cordell.
Neither did I until the end when they say thanks, Cordell. Like, are they talking to Chuck Norris?
Yeah. I feel like I would have guessed if I had to guess, I would have guessed that Chuck Norris was one of those guys that always played a Chuck.
Right.
You know, like Charlie Sheen always played a Charlie.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just, why change it? You know?
Yeah. But then the ending, so in the past he realizes one thing is that Chuck Norris is the only person that can go back in time and still not save a little boy from getting shot. So a boy gets shot and he's able to do 1899 surgery with a pocket knife, and he's able to match like the bullet to the gun from another bullet that was supposedly shot like a politician or something like that.
I think it was the ancestor of Rex Lynn's character, because it looks like it's the same actor playing him.
Yes, it's Rex Lynn. Rex Lynn is playing a guy in the past as well. So when he comes back into the present, he gets the idea the answer to solve this who killed who is in the murder weapon itself, basically. So then they just go back to the crime scene, and Chuck Norris is like, "Oh, so we're gonna find John Wolfe's fingerprints on the murder weapon, right? Or is it gonna be yours?" And then that's it. It's like, well,
okay,
that's step one: find the murder weapon and dust it for fingerprints.
I made a note of that because in the beginning, when Rex Lynn character Lester Stahl murders the reporter, he's not wearing gloves when he holds the tomahawk.
Yeah,
and he wipes everything else down, but the tomahawk. So it was like, that's going to be the dead give. That has to be the giveaway.
Yeah, if you're going to wipe anything down, it's the thing you murdered everybody.
It's the murder weapon. Yeah, that's like crime 101, I would think.
Yeah, Lester Stahl is so murder happy in this too.
Very, like he's so down to shoot John Wolfe. Like, we should shoot first, ask questions later, which is not suspicious at all, really. But
so he kills the journalist. Then his original plan is to shoot John Wolfe after he lures him in there to frame him. And then at the end, when he can't deny that his fingerprints aren't going to wind up on the murder weapon, he attempts to shoot Chuck Norris in front of cops, like 5 or 6 cops.
Yeah, at the crime scene.
At the crime scene.
It's not even trying to like take him away from there or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, we should go to a different location where I could do that. I guess desperate time calls for desperate measures, but not great. Not great.
No.
And also, so I was thinking the beginning of the episode starts with Chuck Norris having a dream of the shaman from the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
So that has to indicate that the shaman knew that Rex Lynn's character was going to murder the reporter.
Yep.
And then frame his great grandson.
Yep.
So this was all predetermined then.
I guess so. Yeah.
Right. So because why else would he be having these visions?
Yeah. Before anything happened.
Exactly. It should have been the murder happened. Then that night Walker has these visions.
Yeah.
So this episode posits a lot of strange world building.
Right.
Where
that events are predetermined.
Yes, and you can go back into the past and change said event.
Yeah.
Very strange. Like, so what would have happened if Walker had died in the 1800s? Does he die in real life? Like in present time?
It's a good question. I
I
don't
wish
know.
that.
I don't think he ever wakes up, right?
I
I
guess.
think he
Yeah,
died.
maybe
So this must be that's a good
they don't say.
yeah, because now
He-
it's like, is this a multi-universe theory? Like, does he
Yeah,
create a new universe when he goes back in time?
right. Because would he also creates a new universe when he saves the kid.
Right. Yeah.
Right, the kid gets shot. He probably dies prior to Chuck Norris going back in time. Right, because
Yeah.
I'd imagine they don't have the means to remove the bullet safely.
Sure.
And so that kid starts his own family, which creates multiple branches in time, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
If we're going off of spaghetti theory, right? The string
Right.
theory.
Yeah.
So Walker and the shaman totally fuck up everything.
Right.
Or maybe things are better. I don't know. We'll never know.
I mean, even Doc Brown was like, "What the fuck? Why the fuck
Right,
not?"
yeah. Well, why the hell not, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of consequences of your actions.
Yeah. And Walker is not the least bit phased by going back in time.
No, he's like, I know exactly what's going on right now.
I know where I am. I know what's happening.
That is kind of refreshing, like, because
Sure.
a lot of movies that deal with whether it be time travel or like time loop situations, there's like always a good 20 to 25 minutes where the main character has to acknowledge and come to terms with the situation they're in, either being,
Sure.
oh, I'm back in a different time that's not my own, or I'm replaying the same day over and over again. And anybody
Right.
that's watched enough movies could probably figure out a lot quicker, right? I've seen Groundhog Day. If I wound up in the same day for the second day, I'd be like, oh, I feel like I'm in a Groundhog Day situation,
Right. Yeah, you've entered into a time loop.
Right. Yeah.
I've thought about that as well. Like, I think I'd be able to pick up when something like that happens to me. Like, wait a minute, this is the same exact stuff happening.
Yeah.
There's something wrong here.
Yeah.
So
I was like, this
I agree.
is a Groundhog Day situation. Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's like the whole thing with like zombie movies, where like zombie movies like they kind of like don't exist in those universes, because then it's like, oh well, we know what to do.
Right. Yeah. The term zombie is usually never brought up. It's like
Yeah.
some other, like, oh, the Walking Dead are here, or biters or whatever.
Mhm.
So yeah, if a zombie outbreak were to happen today, the majority of us would probably know how to survive that said
Yeah.
apocalypse. So yeah, I
It'd be
agree.
it would be a problem for like an afternoon.
Right. I remember, not to go on a tangent, but just real quick, I remember reading a Cracked article about why a zombie outbreak wouldn't last very long. And like one of the reasons was basically like, if you live in a city, you could easily just stay away from them if you live in a high-rise building. Like,
Mhm.
well, they can't climb stairs. They're too dumb. They're dead. So you'd be fine. Or like the winter would happen and they would just freeze and everything would be fine. So yeah, there's people are well equipped now to handle this stuff.
Mhm. Yeah. Back to this episode. I like the fact that this was like a day of shooting for the principal cast.
Oh, was it?
Well, like, James Trevette and C.D. Parker and Alex Cahill, they're in
yeah.
there for all of a scene.
That's true. Yeah, they're just chilling at the bar.
Yeah. Not absolute nonsense too.
What are they doing? They're talking about eating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's
James
pretty
Trevette
good.
builds a ridiculous sandwich.
That's right. That's his whole character arc in this story, is just how he
Yeah.
doesn't get to eat a sandwich.
Yeah. And it's enormous. It's like a triple decker. Is
Yeah.
that like from someone that watched a lot of Walker Texas Ranger, was James Trevette known for eating food?
I don't think so. I don't remember that being a running gag in the series, but I never watched that late into the series, to be honest.
Okay.
I probably caught it around, I want to say 94, 95.
Sure.
So, and
yeah,
I was also very, very young, so I couldn't tell you whose like the character traits were, other than Chuck Norris had to front kick or roundhouse kick someone in every episode.
Yeah. Like, honestly, this was a silly episode for a season 8 episode, but like, it's so cheap.
Yeah.
It's like oddly charming.
It definitely has its quirks, and it's fun. It's a fun episode.
Yeah. It feels like this is like Whatchamacallit? The word just escaped me for a second. Like Xena Warrior Princess
Sure.
and what's the word? Syndicated show.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I mean,
Baywatch,
it had over
Xena,
200 episodes.
almost like 195. But I'm talking about like specifically, this feels like a show that is made and like UPN picks it up and it's gonna run it on Saturdays at 8 o'clock in the afternoon, 8 o'clock at night. Not
Oh, yes.
necessarily like this is a network show. This is our 10 o'clock time slot.
Right.
It's going
That's
up against the NLCS.
like a heavy hitters because like in '99, baseball is like king.
Yeah, it's the year after the home run race.
That's right. That's right. And the Yankees had the best record in baseball.
Yeah, and
In
98 was
98,
when
right?
they broke. 98 was when they broke the record.
Yep.
And this was good. They're going for back to back, and we were on the verge of a Subway series.
Which would come a year later.
It would come a year later. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely an interesting series. I know a lot of people, obviously all the Chuck Norris jokes stem from this series for the most part.
Yeah.
So it has its place in pop culture, Walker, Texas Ranger. So it didn't surprise me that it ran this long because where you said it had a 8.2 Nielsen rating.
Yeah.
That's pretty good for its 8th season.
Yeah.
That's strong numbers, I'd say. And
second, yeah, I mean, I don't really know what they're pulling nowadays. Let's see what Nielsen ratings this week. Top 10. This is not giving me information that I wanted.
Oh, it's not showing numbers.
Let's see. Traditional. This is viewers rating. Oh, ratings. Here we go. The All-Star Game was the highest program television the week last week, and it had a 3.8.
Oh, there you go. Not even half.
Yeah. So season 8, 10 o'clock, Walker, Texas Ranger was pulling in an 8.4.
Like that's impressive. I'd have to say, right? That's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I have no idea what these ratings mean. I just know that the higher the number, the better.
Right. Yeah. It's
honestly.
It shows. It goes to its staying power. I'd say it ran for one more season after this, I think.
Yeah.
So what did it end in 2000 or did it end in 99?
I believe it ended in, let's see, it was maybe even 2001. Let me see.
Okay.
Because this was October, so this season 8 would have went into
2001. It says.
Yeah.
Wow. Did Walker, Texas Ranger see 9/11?
I was just about to go check. No, it didn't.
Oh,
May 19th.
We needed Walker when we needed him the most.
Probably doesn't happen, right?
Yeah, if Walker, Texas Ranger stays on the air, 9/11 doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That's what we needed to heal as a nation, I think.
Yeah.
To have an episode where Walker like roundhouse kicks a terrorist.
Yeah. And so I know this is skewed to people that would rate episodes of Walker, Texas Ranger like basically after the fact because it's IMDb. But there were 3 episodes in season 9 which are tagged top rated, which they all have an 8.0 on IMDb.
Oh, holy shit!
3 season 9 episodes.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like that's like Cheers level final season stuff. Right? They had a really good last season on Cheers.
Yeah.
You see, they don't make them like they used to anymore, you know?
I guess not.
Right? TV's just not the same. It's all CSI Miamis and Law and Orders.
Oh, this one's got Danica McKellar in it as someone that's in a legal adoption agency. This is season 2. I'm in.
Oh, is
that Lorenzo Lamas? Renegade himself?
They were pulling in some serious talent. They like Ernest Borgnine, Danny Trejo, Bryan Cranston, Jesse Plemons, Giovanni Ribisi, Robert Englund, Dean Norris, Tobin Bell. So like some pretty big names. James Remar was in an episode. I said Tobin Bell. Jonathan Banks from Breaking Bad. Sure. Just like this was a solid show.
Yeah. I mean, obviously a lot of these are like people in the early parts of their career, so they aren't who they
Right.
say who are their name implies they are. But
Right.
yeah.
Like Toby Maguire was in an episode.
This feels like it was like Law and Order. It always has these people and like guest appearance. They everyone cuts their teeth on a Law and Order.
Right, like guest of the week kind of thing,
Yeah.
Paulie, James Young, or Burt Young. I'm sorry, Burt Young, from the Rocky series was in an episode.
So he was a name.
Yeah, pretty crazy stuff. And 2 TC Tam alumni are in this episode, right? What's his name? I mentioned him before. Judson Mills from Major League 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Rex Lynn was in Cliffhanger. We covered Cliffhanger.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nia Peoples doesn't show up in this episode, but she is credit only. And she's one of those people that, like, I feel like I'm supposed to know, and then looking at her IMDb is like, I don't know if I'm supposed to know who she is, because she's in Fame, but the TV series.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Movie.
She didn't ring a bell to me when I saw her pop up.
Yeah, I guess she was in soaps, but that's not where I think I would have known her from. Apparently, she came into the series late.
That makes sense. Yeah. Another thing I had written down was the only reason that this episode works is because Walker, as a old white dude, is like he can travel back to the 1800s and not have to worry about anyone harassing him.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. Like the second he steps out onto the street, the only thing they say is like, "Hey, you got some fancy get up there, partner." And like no one says, "Hey, who are you?" or "What are you doing here?" Like this needed to have his partner, Clarence Gilliard Jr., also go back in time with him. Like, what are you doing hanging out with one of them?
Yes. Maybe when we do our reboot series.
Yes. When do we introduce the time travel? Early or later?
Good question. Before or after we go to space?
I feel like you gotta have space first before you introduce time travel, right?
Yeah.
Because that has to be the natural progression of things. You don't go back in time first and then go to space. Like because now you're saying that time travel is easier to do than going to space.
Sure. Yeah. It only took Leprechaun 4 movies, though.
That's true. Yeah. Well, he's a magical being.
Yeah. It did take Jason 10, though.
Exactly. Yeah. He's not as magical. And also time travel, I feel like, is cheaper than space.
Yeah.
Right, because you could just build a small little set. For space, you have to get a lot of stuff going on with the effects and like building extraterrestrial stuff.
Yeah,
not as easy.
They might have shot this at Spawn Ranch for all we know.
Oh, good point.
Like I feel like history. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was shot on a studio soundstage that probably has a Western town, but like it's also half of the time in the past is just in the fucking woods.
Yeah, that's a great point, right? And like in the open plain area where the Comanche are, so very cheap. I can't imagine this costs a lot of money to make.
Yeah, I think they just rented a park for the afternoon.
Yeah, if that, right? Just like, oh, there's an empty area. Let's just go there.
Well, they got some porta potties over here. Well, we'll just shoot the other way.
Yeah, make it work. Oh, can we please talk about, just even for a moment, can we please talk about the reaction that the hangman makes when Walker shoots the rope as they're about to hang Lone Wolf? How this has not been made into a GIF is beyond me. It's like so setting up the scene, or like, do you want to set up the scene, Ant?
Yeah. So so Lone Wolf, they shoot Lone Wolf's kid, and Lone Wolf gets taken prisoner because he's being framed for murder of this politician or whatever. So they hang him. Or they're getting ready to hang him right in town as soon as they get back, because Rex Lynn's character is just like, we don't need no judge or jury. We're just gonna kill him now. So they have the gallows and they put him up, put the noose around his neck, and then they're about to drop the trap door, and then in like Clint Eastwood style fashion, Chuck Norris shoots the rope and he lands. But I missed the reaction, if I'm being honest. So I might
you
have to
have
go
to go
back.
back and watch it. Please do. So the Hangman is one of Rex Till's like posse members,
Mm-hmm.
and like everyone's fired up, like hang him, and the guy pulls the lever. Norris shoots the rope, and the look on the guy's face was just like the biggest disappointment ever. Like, oh, I can't believe that just happened. And he looked more just like this ruined his day that he couldn't hang this Native American man. But if you got to go back and look. But for everyone out there, please, if you have Hulu, it might be on Paramount Plus because this was a CBS show. If you have either one of those, search Way of the Warrior.
Yeah.
It's season 8, episode 4, we said, or 3.
So it's on Hulu. It's counted as episode 3, but
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
just
in
please look it up.
it aired as episode 4 in season 8.
It like the big, like the most. He was so inconvenienced that he didn't get to hang this man. And there was like no one bats an eye as to how he did it. He literally shoots the rope as he's about to be hanged.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no one's like, holy shit, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's just like, oh, can you believe this guy?
Everybody's so nonchalant about everything.
Exactly.
Like from Walker just like accepting he's in time. He's back when Ulysses S. Grant was elected president to to this.
Oh, when was Grant elected president? Hold on, because I had something written in my notes that when he hears the news that Grant is elected president, he asks the paper boy for a paper, and he asks how much it is, and the paper boy says, "Oh, 2 cents." So he gives him a quarter, and the paper boy says, "What is this?" Like, "Oh, it's a quarter." Like, "Whoa, this is real silver." So I did some research, and the quarter was first minted in 1786. I would imagine everyone kind of knew what it was in the 1800s.
Yeah.
So I
wonder what it looked like.
It had Lady Liberty on it, and not George Washington at that point, I think. So when did Washington go on the quarter? Doing some real deep dives here. So yeah, he wasn't placed on the quarter until 1932.
Okay. Yeah. So this was
So
like
maybe that's why.
1869. I think this was supposed to be like 18. Yeah. It was supposed to be like 100 years, but I guess they just kind of rounded. So I think Grant was 1860s, 1869 to be specific.
1868, he was elected president.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why the kid didn't know what the quarter was. Like, oh, who's this on here?
What was the quarter made of in 1869?
I don't know if it was silver yet, because he makes this big thing about, oh wow, this is silver. By biting it, he somehow realizes it's silver.
Yeah,
which I don't know how that works.
Well, it's silver and copper.
Okay, so silver was still involved.
Yeah,
they didn't do their research.
All right. Final thoughts?
This was fun. I really enjoyed this episode. It was nice to kind of get back into a little Walker Texas Ranger when the theme song hit. The eyes of the Ranger. I got a little fired up. It's a silly show, and I think it's always been silly in like a network TV way, where like as serious as you could take one man just roundhouse kicking all of his problems away and like solving all of these problems with it. But this episode, it posits a lot of stuff, a lot of strange things, foreshadowing murder, time travel. It's a good episode to watch, and I'd have to say I think we nail it. We knock it out of the park with these TV episodes. Like every episode that we've watched has been phenomenal. Just so much fun to watch. From Baywatch to Seventh Heaven. I know, what'd you do? Secret Life of a Teenager, right? You were saying?
Yep.
Just good stuff. Walker Texas Ranger. There's so much good 90s television to watch. And this was a good one. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah. As for me, I had a good time watching this. This is a nice entry as my first Walker Texas Ranger episode. It is silly, But like I said, how low budget it was is oddly charming, and it's a nice throwback to when network television was basically all you had. Obviously, this came out in '99, so cable it was already expanding at that point. But this show started in '93 when there really wasn't much more than the 4 or 5 channels that you were used to. Yeah, no, it was fun, goofy, and a good time. So glad we picked it among those other episodes that we were thinking of. So time travel always gets me. Always good for a time travel show or movie or episode.
Yeah.
So all right, well that is our episode or our conversation about Walker Texas Ranger. We're gonna take a quick break, but before we do, Dan, what do you got for us?
Since Mark is not here, I can finally say it without it being odd, because he's sitting right there listening to this. But please go watch and listen to our very good friend Mark Myers as he helms the Game Vault podcast. He and another listener of the show, Tom, do a great job talking about video game news, reviewing video games that they are playing or have played from old school systems, Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Dreamcast. They touch on all systems, a lot of games from your childhood. And if you're younger and you're looking for some old school video games, this is the perfect podcast for you. It's on all platforms of your choice, so please go rate and review them. It helps them out a lot. And also follow them on all socials at Game Vault Pod, and also follow them on Twitch at Game Vault Pod, where Mark and Tom are streaming some amazing content. I think Mark is playing through Death Stranding 2 right now. Tom plays the Retro Roulette game of the week. So again, just a lot of old school games. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's a great community, so please go support them.
Okay, great. We're going to take a quick break, and you guys are going to listen to messages from friends of the podcast. So we will be right back. And welcome back. Now it's time for our third segment. And this segment is, because we watched Walker Texas Ranger, we're going to do Fantasy Draft, all-time Texas Rangers lineups. So the MLB team, Texas Rangers, I'm specifically talking about. And we're just going to pick some players. So Dan, I'm going to let you pick first, and we'll do a snake order. But basically, we're going to fill out our roster. Catcher through outfield, a DH, and a starting pitcher and a relief pitcher. You go in any order you want.
Okay.
Yeah, pick it up. And I guess the assumption is you are picking based on their time on the Rangers, right?
I would assume so, right?
Yeah.
Like not someone who was just there for a year.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if Mark McGwire hit 600 home runs not on the Rangers, and then he ended his career with 8 games in like his final season on the Rangers, that you're getting that version of him, that 8 game version of Mark McGwire, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Like that. I wouldn't count that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All right. So let's start with I'll start catcher. Like we'll go sort of. Well, if we went in order, it'd be pitcher, catcher. Let's start in order. We'll go pitcher, and I don't know how you don't say Nolan.
Yep, that's a damn good way to start. Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
I don't know how many other great pitchers there are in Texas Rangers history, but can't go wrong with that.
Yep.
All right. So for my first pick, I'm going to go where you were going to go originally when you said catcher, because I don't know there's going to be a whole, I feel like there's going to be a drop off after the first, but I'm going with Ivan Rodriguez. Pudge Rodriguez. He was MVP at one point, 2009, I think he was. Something like that.
I'm sure, right?
Yeah. And as for my second pick, I'm going to stay with the same surname. I'm going to go third base, Alex Rodriguez.
Oh. I thought he was a shortstop for the Rangers.
I was just about to say, I have to confirm what position he was playing for the Rangers. Because he might have just moved over to shortstop for third base for the Yankees.
I think just for the Yankees.
Yeah. I'm going to say, okay, so my shortstop is Alex Rodriguez.
Let me just double check. Yes, shortstop.
Okay, so shortstop, Alex Rodriguez.
As a Yankee fan, and you're a Yankee fan as well, but I think I would have to admit he should have played shortstop for the New York Yankees instead of Jeter. As great as Jeter was, A-Rod was a better shortstop. All right, let's go. I'll go third base, and I'll say Adrian Beltre.
Good pick. Underrated 3,000 hit club.
Yeah, he was phenomenal. Just one of the best hitters too of that time period.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading in 1,000 games with the Rangers, he hit 304, 199 home runs, 699 RBIs. Pretty good.
All right, your second pick.
Ooh, second pick. Okay, let's go. I don't know too many second basemen for them. Was what's his name? Not Elvis Andrews. I think he was shortstop as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Was Ian Kinsler a second baseman for them?
He was. Yep.
Okay, I'll go Ian Kinsler then, because that's literally the only one I know.
Ian Kinsler. He was a good one. All right. What do I got? You know what? I am going to go with my right fielder, I want to say.
Okay.
Batting average 295 and 434 home runs. I'm going with Juan Gonzalez.
Ooh, Juan Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm. I think he was a right field. I'm pretty sure he was right field.
I think can we do just like any player who played the outfield, or does it have to be what they played?
We would do 3 outfield.
Okay.
Yeah, we could make that switch. And then I might take my DH now.
Okay.
And I'm going Rafael Palmeiro.
Oh man, that's a good. I would have picked him as well.
Who stupidly won a Gold Glove once when he played like 60 games at first base. I think when he was on Baltimore at the time, and I think he stole a Gold Glove from Tino, maybe.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, but DH Rafael Palmeiro. Got all my steroid guys.
This is when baseball was again. That was when it was king.
It was great.
Yeah, dudes were hitting bombs.
Wow.
I'll stick with outfield. I'll take Josh Hamilton.
Yep.
Who was he was a beast until his demons kind of took over.
Yeah, I almost took him instead of Palmeiro.
Both are awesome. All right, so we've done pitcher, catcher, third base, shortstop, second base, first base, right? And
you have your second base, your third base, you're an outfielder, and your pitcher.
Pitcher. Okay. So we don't have first base.
Correct.
Okay. First base. I think Teixeira was with the Rangers, wasn't he? For a time?
Was. Yeah.
I'll go Teixeira. I like Teixeira.
Okay. Good pick.
Yeah. Did he start with them, or did he start with the Angels?
I think he started with the Angels.
Okay.
Okay. For my next pick, I'm gonna go with this may like a unheralded guy from the 90s, but he had a fucking cannon on him. I'm gonna go with their left fielder for like a decade, Rusty Greer.
Oh, that's a name I have not heard in quite a while.
Naming some guys.
Yeah, that's a good immaculate grid.
Yeah. And who's my next pick gonna be? I'm gonna short my outfield, and I'm gonna take Yankee killer Ruben Sierra.
Sierra, who was also on the Yankees.
He was on the Yankees too, but I remember he just destroyed them. When he was on Oakland specifically.
Oh, did he in the 90s?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, I didn't know that.
All right. You're up. 2 picks for you.
Okay, let's go DH Nelson Cruz.
Good pick.
He was another Yankee killer, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
He always hit the cover off the ball. Okay, let's see. So now, we filled out our infield. We filled out the outfield.
So you have first base, second base, third base, 1 outfielder, your DH, and we're building 2 teams. We're building 2 teams.
I thought we were just building the 1 team. Okay, got you. All right, shortstop. Give me Elvis Andrus.
All righty. Good pick. Solid pick.
Yeah, he's an underrated guy.
Yeah. I need a first baseman. That's what I need. A lot of names here. I'm going to take Will Clark.
Will Clark. I don't know if I know that guy.
I remember he was a 90s guy.
Okay.
308 average, 395 on base percentage for while he was there.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So that's my first baseman. And I'm going to take my second baseman now. I'm going to take Michael Young.
Oh, Michael Young. Was he Mr. Ranger? Wasn't that his nickname?
I don't know, was it?
I could have sworn they called him that. I could be wrong.
Let's see if it shows up in his baseball reference page. He does not have a nickname in here.
Okay. I might have made that up.
All right. You still have
I need to pick a catcher, right?
catcher, 2 outfielders, and a relief pitcher.
All right. So, catcher. Oof. All right. Let's go. This is a 70s guy. Jim Sundberg played with the Rangers from 74 to 83. Oh, he had 2 stints with the Rangers, 74 to 83 and then 88 to 89.
Nice.
But he played 1,500 games, hit 252, 480 RBIs, and 287 extra base hits. Not too bad.
All right. And one more pick.
And I need an outfielder, you said, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got Josh Hamilton. Let's go.
You need 2 outfielders.
2 outfielders. Okay. Oh boy. Getting down to the nitty gritty, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll go with. Can a relief pitcher be another starter, or does it have to be a legit relief pitcher?
I would say a reliever.
A reliever. Okay. Oh boy. That I don't know. I know Yu Darvish was on there. He's not a relief pitcher. They had they had a really good guy. Hold on. Joe Nathan. Give me Joe Nathan for relief pitcher.
Yeah.
And I remember him having like the most egregious strikeout call of all time against the Tampa Bay Rays.
Mm-hmm.
He threw a curveball that like almost bounced, and the umpire called it a strike, and everyone lost their minds.
All right. For me, I am going to shore up my third base, and I am going to take Hank Blaylock.
That's another name.
Yeah, he kind of came up around the same time as Teixeira, and they were going to be like the cornerstones of the team for a while, and then that didn't
play out.
That didn't really play out. And for my next pick, I am going to take former Yankee who had, for the Texas Rangers, had 150 saves in 4 seasons. World Series MVP, I think? John Wetland. John Wetland.
Yeah, he was the closer before Rivera came up.
So in '96, Rivera was the setup guy for John Wetland.
Right. How crazy is that, right?
They were the reason why the Yankees won that year.
He was great. He was shut down.
Yeah. All right, Dan. You got 2 picks left, both of them outfielders.
Both of them outfielders. All right. Give me journeyman for the most part. Played in a bunch of different places. Jose Canseco.
Oh, yeah.
Played for the Rangers from 92 to 94. And let's see. Who else? Who else can I get here? Let's go. Oh, is this who I think it is? Hold on. Shin-Soo Choo. Also played for the Rangers from 2014 to 2020. Give me Shin-Soo Choo. I think I had him on a couple of my fantasy teams back in the day.
I feel like, yeah, you were a big fan of him.
Yeah, he was pretty. Let's see how he did with the Rangers. He traveled a lot too. He was with Cleveland, Cincinnati. 242, 13 home runs, 40 RBI. Not great.
It's okay. It's your last pick.
Yeah.
All righty. For my last pick, I got my pitcher, my starting pitcher. Not exactly where you want to be with picking your. But you picked Nolan Ryan first, so I was like, I don't need to pick him anytime soon.
Right, because that's like the clear number 1 off the board.
Yeah. Between 2. Let's see what this guy's stats were for Texas. It wasn't that long of a career with Texas, but Yu Darvish did make 4 All-Star appearances in 5 years for them. Charlie Huff was the other one I was going for.
Charlie Huff.
I'm going to go Yu Darvish.
Good idea.
Because when he is on, he's filthy.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's still got it.
Yeah. He seems like he went away for a while and he came back really strong.
I think he was hurt for a little bit.
Yeah, he has had some injury issues. I think his third season he completely missed with after Tommy John surgery.
Okay.
But yeah, those are our lists. We're playing for this audience of maybe 2 people on this one. For our all-time Texas Rangers lineups. I'll go through the list. Dan at catcher, he's got Jim Sundberg. First base, Mark Teixeira. Second base, Ian Kinsler. Third base, Adrian Beltre. Shortstop, Elvis Andrews, right?
Andrews, yes.
Andrews. Outfield consisting of Josh Hamilton, Jose Canseco, and Shin-Soo Choo. We have Nelson Cruz at DH. Starting pitcher, Nolan Ryan, and Joe Nathan as a relief pitcher. For mine, I have Ivan Rodriguez at catcher, Will Clark at first, second base, Michael Young, Hank Blaylock at third, Alex Rodriguez at short, outfield consisting of Rusty Greer, Ruben Sierra, and Juan Gonzalez, DH Rafael Palmeiro, Yu Darvish on the mound, and John Wetland in relief. Solid teams.
Very good teams. And I'm not a big Texas Ranger fan, so that was interesting to do.
Yeah. I don't think they have a long history of excellent players, but they're pretty top heavy, it seems like.
Yes, they've been around for a long time, right? The 70s, I think they came about.
I think so.
Yeah, so they've been a part of baseball for a long time. They've had some good stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, that is our episode on Walker Texas Ranger, Season 8, Episode 4, Day of the Warrior. Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out on our socials. We are on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Threads at TicTamPod. You can check us out on TikTok at They Call This a Movie. If you want to send us an email, you can find us at tictampod@gmail.com. We're also on YouTube. You can find us just by searching They Call This a Movie. If you have 5 seconds out of your busy schedule, you want to go on your podcaster of choice and give us a 5-star review. It helps out a great deal. And of course, we are on Patreon. That's patreon.com/TicTamPod, TCTAM pod. And for $1, you get everything. Discord access, exclusive episodes, monthly polls, and all that fun stuff. So check us out there. It only costs you $1 a month. That's it for this week. The director of this episode of Walker Texas Ranger was Michael Priest. So for Dan Aquino and Mark Myers, this is Anthony Vecchio telling Mike Priest, well, you certainly made a Walker Texas Ranger episode, didn't you?